a subhuman. You know, if looksmaxxing were a food pyramid, you'd be a decomposer. Fungus! Like any hierarchy, okay, you must respect. Respect shan't suffice.
You must worship higher-ups.
Bow, subhuman, for you are in the presence of Clavicular, apex predator of our food chain. He who ascended, bearer of the
positive Canthal Till,
mogger of mogs.
Bro, I literally mogged you to oblivion.
Why do I have a sword? Funny story. Ugly! What's that on my clavicle? Clavicular, who thinks you're ugly. He doesn't mean it metaphorically or subjectively. He means it statistically. In his world, you're a number. A rating.
I'll give her a 6 out of 10.
A face that either matters or doesn't. You're classifiable. A sub-5 chud.
A true sub-5.
Or a chad.
Am I Chad Light?
Are you a Becky?
That's just Becky.
Or a Stacy.
Top 3 Stacy's.
If your name's Becky, you're screwed. You're literally the bottom of this food pyramid. Becky. Aspergillus penicillium. The fancy name for mold. That's what you are. You grow an old toast.
A waste of oxygen.
In his own words. You, me, most people. What's crazy is when people hear him say this shit, they don't brush it off like another lunatic. They agree. These people agree. They wholeheartedly agree.
He's honest. He's brutal, bro.
They don't see that this guy's kind of broken. Since childhood, pretty broken. Which is why we're at a mechanics. This is a mechanics. If you're wondering where I kidnapped you this time. You know, you got knocked out. Next thing you know, you wake up here. This is where people fix things. And you know, they say don't fix what's not broken. That's the theme of this video. Don't fix what's not broken. Keep that in mind. I've been thinking a lot about this guy, you know, for a while. Not because he's like edgy or shocking. No, it's because people actually listen to him. Like really listen to him.
You want me to fix these?
My guy spews pseudoscience with confidence.
It's just your reminder that as a looksmaxxer, food quality does not matter at all.
And hate, very plainly.
I can say the N-word.
About women.
She's retarded.
About looks.
The girls are just ugly.
About who matters and who doesn't.
Sub-5. Chad Light.
About what you should put in your body. At what age. In what doses. None of it is a joke. None of this is ironic. He's not pretending. He's not trolling. He's not doing a character. Mans is fully convinced.
I know the return on investment is extremely high. It's $35,000 for a double jaw surgery.
He believes it, and a lot of people do too. They cheer. They defend him. Clavicular!
Show respect. The man is pure loyalty, precision, and execution wrapped into one unstoppable force. When Clav moves,
They love this guy.
He's honest, logical, based.
They love that word.
Based.
Very popular term in the clavicular community. You know, if this guy was ugly, we'd have a word for it already. It's not based. We call him an incel.
Guys care so much about their looks in 2025 because they have no choice but to do so.
When I tell you I genuinely teared up watching this video, message to all females watching this video, this is the reality you've created.
Because he ticks all the boxes. Narcissist, fascinated with Elliot Rodger, blames women for perceived injustices, socially awkward and isolated, and significant time online. Dehumanizes women.
Funny how you fucking fiends want to criticize us for caring about how we look.
Doesn't touch grass. And you won't anytime soon.
Because you're kidnapped.
You know there's chains above you. That's funny. No, it's not funny. Hey, you didn't laugh at that joke.
You're the ones with the high standards. You're the ones who are so shallow that when we try to be nice and flirt with you at a party, you fucking ego us and go to the next hottest fucking frat guy. You're the ones who make us scared to even put ourselves out there, because the idea of genuinely getting to know someone on a deeper level is a foreign concept to you. Take a look at what you've created, ladies, because it's here to stay.
We'd say he's bitter if he wasn't pretty, resentful, dangerous, and we'll move on. But he's not ugly. No, he gets special treatment, which is ironically what the looksmaxxing community he's part of is all about. Get pretty enough, you'll get away with anything. You get ahead in life, and that's where a lot of the support comes from. He's living proof to many, validating this ideology. He's tall, but not tall enough. He's getting surgery for that.
Why are you spending $100,000 on surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6"?
He's fit, but not fit enough. He's on steroids for that.
But using steroids at 14 years old.
He's confident, not confident enough. He's got Xanax for that. He looks like what the internet decided a winner looks like. So people listen. They adopt a worldview written by him as an insecure 14-year-old who couldn't look people in the eye. He's 20 now, but his worldview from 6 years ago remains unchanged. Then, isolated, typing away on a looksmaxxing forum, today, amplified, streaming to millions of impressionable viewers. The same person being treated today like an apex authority on masculinity was back then terrified of small talk, avoiding his parents any chance he got, counting his words in public. Most concerning of all, secretly injecting himself with hormones in his bedroom. That's the paradox of Clavicular. You have a belief system built in fear and insecurity, rewarded as dominance, social marginalization, misread as social superiority. He was a kid who couldn't function socially. Now he's telling millions who deserves to exist.
Sub 5. Chad Light.
Okay, villain arc. So you know when people ask, like, how did this happen? Why do people listen? Answer's not really complicated, okay? They're cheering a coping mechanism that perhaps they too, at 14 and unloved, also needed. Braden Peters is his real name. He was a kid who couldn't get along with others socially. Damn, man. Must have had a rough life. No, he grew up wealthy, private all-boys school, nice big family house, but hey, at 14, the guy was ostracized.
Yeah, in high school, I used to literally not talk. I was so subhuman.
And that's never fun. And if you've ever been 14, you know that sucks. And you also know that early adolescence is a perfect storm psychologically. This is when you get intense insecurity about your appearance, your body is changing, you're getting dysmorphia. I know that's when I had it worse. Plug-in of my sexy pool shoot from when I was 14. This is also where you'd start getting your first experiences with maybe romantic rejections, you're comparing yourself, and at 14, it's a lot of black and white thinking.
Girls bad, me victim.
This is when entitlement peaks. Your ability to hold nuance only stabilizes by 25. This is when you also get a desire. You want to belong to some kind of group. And pair that with heavy unsupervised internet exposure, Reddit, Discord. It is a storm. And sucked into it was this kid, Braden Peters, who seemed deeply uncomfortable with his own body and terrified of other people. I don't mean awkward, okay? I mean avoidant. He writes about it obsessively, about waking up 30 minutes early so he doesn't have to see his parents before school, getting to school 2 hours before class just to sit alone in his car, not be late, but be early so no one would talk to him. I'd moved through the classroom like a prey. Never sit in the front, never sit in the back, sit in the middle where you're invisible. And how to keep eye contact with a teacher, but never long enough to be noticed, God forbid, called out. Ooh, he's shared methods on how to avoid small talk very thoroughly. He brags about going days without ever speaking. I try to say 50 words or less per day.
I did not say a word for 4 days straight.
I've gone entire days without talking. This should be your goal. Avoids haircuts. Can't stand 30 minutes convo. Wear hoodies and dark colors to gym so no one approaches you. Oh, and skip the deodorant. Repel them all, just to repel anybody that tries to approach. Skip the deodorant. What is this, confidence? This isn't confidence, okay? This is irrational fear management. The thing about fear is it looks for control wherever it can get it. And for Clavicular, that control did not come from people, it came from numbers, ratings, measurements, milligrams, percentiles, standard. That meant he had an upper hand in something. Enter looksmaxxing. We've been here before. The community that rewards, frankly, the only thing man's got going for him at this point. No social skills, no charisma, unkind, just rude, okay, extremely judgmental. But hey, he's good looking. With everything we've covered so far, it feels as though he was engineered by circumstance to fall for looksmaxxing. If you've never heard this word before, you must be new here. I've talked your ears off about this, but congratulations, you were loved as a child. But looksmaxxing in theory just means to look your best, which is nice, normal, even healthy. And then you meet the people who actually believe in it, and you're like, oh. Because looksmaxxing as a term is no longer just, get a haircut, go to the gym, drink water. It's treating your face like it came out of a factory with defects.
Send it back. Get it fixed. Tell me you had a warranty for that. Go get a refund.
Now go get a refund for that face, is what this ideology has turned to. It comes from incel forums, important context. This did not start on TikTok. TikTok just adopted it. This started in places where men sit around and go,
Dating's not working for me, so clearly it's not my personality, it's my face.
this is the important bit, listen.
If I were hot, they'd tolerate anything I say.
And from that emotional place, they built an ideology.
Message to all females watching this video. This is the reality you've created.
What pill is it gonna be this time? Red pill, blue pill? These communities, they love pills. Especially this one. Oh, this one loves pills. This one.
So right now I'm on a very low dose of test, 220 milligrams. I'm on 25 milligrams of Accutane, 12 milligrams of retatrutide. I'm on 10 milligrams of nebivolol, 2.5 milligrams of minoxidil. I do a lucky dip of dutasteride. I usually take melanotan too, L-glutathione, or antioxidant. I take NAD plus, HGH. I've used also the peptide IGF-1, LR3, Anavar.
This one took all the pills. No, but blue, red, they mix all the colors. What happens when you mix all the colors? You get black. Black pill.
Black pill influences your face. It's your destiny. Attraction is a hierarchy. Genetics are everything. Confidence is code. Personality, a scam. Empathy, fake. And if you're ugly, you're subhuman. Subhuman.
So they invented measurements,
Cantle tilt.
Mid-face ratio.
mandibular projection.
Nasolabial folds.
They're doing trigonometry, you guys. The boys are sine, tan, and cosigning. These men are doing math. They're doing math passionately.
Everything is about numbers, right? And measurements.
Remember back in class when you asked what the f are these things for? What the hell? What am I gonna use the tangent for? This is it. They have rating systems for your skull, like the PSL scale. It goes from Terra Chad all the way down to subhuman. The higher you go, the harder you mog.
Bro, I literally mogged you to oblivion.
Mogging, when existing becomes a flex. Not by doing anything, by being something, by being funny, interesting. No. Just standing there. Hotter. That's enough. So if a guy walks into a room and everybody looks worse by comparison, he's mogging.
Mogged you to oblivion.
A funny term, like if it's used, you know, ironically, like lightheartedly, as a compliment, you know, like between a group of guys, friends, like, damn bro, you're mogging me. But once you believe this stuff, everything becomes a competition and you're just insufferable. You know, your face isn't a face anymore, it's a scoreboard. And if you're losing, it's not because you're awkward, you're an asshole, you're insecure, you're socially anxious. No, it's because your zygomas are underperforming, bro. It's kind of like eugenics. It's pseudoscience, and these gurus like Bruce, the true health coach. It's gotta be true. There's true in the title. They love to misuse science to prove their claims and propagate their looksmaxxing procedures. Like for example, I know here Bruce wants to feel very important, very knowledgeable, so he puts in all these buzzwords in his tweet. Insane amounts of B-carotene, which is an antioxidant, converts beta-carotene, vitamin A, works 100%. You know, he's got all this info here. If your overall diet is good, you will hit second puberty, which is not possible for everyone, by the way, because, you know, it's not gonna work. So he's got to put that disclaimer in. But let's quickly take a look at the study that he's attached to his claim. The study is very much real. This is legitimate research, but this is an orthodontic study in rats. Their palates were forced wide, and it tested how fast their bones healed with high doses of lactoferrin. Bro read that shit and thought it was proof that a grown-ass adult will grow taller. Nowhere in this study, nowhere does it prove anything about second puberty. It shows localized bone remodeling in one cranial suture under mechanical expansion, not systematic growth, not pituitary stimulation, and definitely not adult humans growing taller. It has nothing to do with drinking colostrum or human hormones or reopening growth plates. So using this paper to claim height or puberty effects is scientifically invalid. But Bruce, the true health coach, keeps seeking the truth. So you've got this tweet, pushing the palate, he says, with a picture of a dude sticking his fingers in his mouth. I assume he's pushing the palate. Combined with this image is this research that he uses to validate his claim. Could vagus nerve stimulation influence bone remodeling? Y'all, I read the research. Guess what? It's got nothing to do with palate pushing. It has nothing to do with stimulating the vagus nerve through the mouth or hacking hormones. Nothing. This is a study on epilepsy patients where an actual surgical medical device that electrically stimulates the nerve in the neck found a very slight increase in bone density in the lumbar spine for epilepsy patients. So sticking your fingers in your mouth and pushing has nothing to do with this cited study. Anyone with basic comprehension skills and an ability to read can figure this out. And again, just to make sure we're clear, using this paper as evidence that palate pushing can trigger some kind of growth hormone boost or second puberty is scientifically baseless and misrepresents what the research actually tested. Be for real. It's dumb. There, that's the word. That's the word I was looking for. It's dumb. Illiterate is what it's giving. I'd just like to know, if it works, if somebody thinks it works, fine, okay? I'm not coming here to shit on anybody's party. If you are a looksmaxxer and you feel like you've gua sha'd your bones into existence, that's fine. If you've mewed so hard you grew a fucking crimson chin, you know that guy, Crimson Chin? This is you now, and it wasn't puberty, and it wasn't like you working out, and it wasn't whatever, a million other possible things it could have been. Fine, I'm happy that you feel more confident, you feel like you look better. I love that for you. But misusing the science? Come on now, that's a bit pathetic. Now, how did this escape the incel basement and become mainstream? Well, it rebranded, okay? It's no longer black pill incel ideology. It's repackaged. Now it's self-improvement, glow-ups, face analysis. The internet loves this because it's visual, rage bait, self-critical, and addictive. Oh, and teens love it even more. Gives them another reason they were looking for to hate themselves and escape the rejection hurt, because
It's not me, it's my bone structure.
my face failed me is easier than
I'm lonely and I don't know how to connect with people.
one is solvable with an injection, which they assume would then get people to talk to them. The other requires emotional work. Goosebumps. If there's anything we know about guys, is that we don't like to do the emotional work. Guess it's easier to find something else to fix, even if it wasn't broken, like your face. Full circle to the mechanic garage we're in. But also, certain things that very much exist in our society, like pretty privilege, the halo effect, they reinforce these ideas. These are real world phenomena that correlate with this ideology, strengthening people's beliefs in it. But nobody believes like Clavicular believes. He felt his body was wrong. Too soft, too small, too unfinished. He wasn't mogging as hard as he needed to. There's a solution for that. The gym! No? At 14, what happened? Became an athlete? No.
Using steroids at 14 years old, that was...
What? Not after years of lifting. Not after puberty was finished doing its job. 14!
I started with 300 milligrams of testosterone, and I did that for a while.
To put it into context for you, clinically, grown-ass men are prescribed anywhere between 75 and 220. Believe it or not, there's countless risks. I'll tell you one. Your heart muscles thicken dramatically. Hypertrophy. So, when bodybuilders just drop dead, that's cardiac arrest. That risk is very real. Imagine your 14-year-old son pumping himself. He'd start a gym. He couldn't wait. It took him 2 weeks before he was like, fuck, it's so slow! It took him 2 weeks of gym before he decided to get on a cycle. He says, natty gains are slow and gay, he said as he jabbed himself with male sex hormones in his upper-class Florida bedroom. What the hell does that even mean? I don't know what he meant by that, but Clav thinks he's a pretty fit guy. He says it a few times in his posts. Calling him fit would be like calling somebody who rents a Lamborghini self-made. It's like saying a dropshipper's innovative. But he doesn't give a f***. He's at a state of contempt, and it's aimed inward in the form of disgust at weakness, disgust at desire, disgust at needing anyone. And outward, where women are
low IQ.
How the fuck am I low IQ?
Men are subhuman. Or Chad. If they're Chad, they're respectable.
And sex is either a conquest of your
Stacy's
or a contamination of your
Becky.
I don't know if he wants to get intimate with anyone or not, because he contradicts himself quite often on his posts as well. But I don't know if there's a goal to be intimate or not. The goal is to be able to have anyone, but not to have anyone because you're that exclusive. I don't know, it's a bit complicated. He contradicts himself constantly, bragging about sleeping with women on one post, then calling anyone who has sex disgusting in the next. One post he says this, don't do any substances if possible. The next he's listing the stack, telling you what to do. Because this ideology is not about consistency, it's not about truth.
It's about control.
It depends on what gives you control in what context. From there, he became a man whose entire personality, belief system, and moral framework can be summarized as,
if it doesn't help me mog, doesn't matter.
I don't care about anything that doesn't directly correlate with me mogging.
Sorry, give me a minute. I'm starving. Not only helping himself mog, himself
ascend.
No, giving advice to others.
So the goal is to create localized micro traumas. You want to bone smash your lateral zygomatic arch.
What's the zygote again? To also
ascend.
Some as young as he was, being told to do the same deplorable things he did to his prepubescent body. This kid said, thanks. I hope he's got better parents than Clavicular did.
People come at me, they're like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about this shit to a young audience.
Well, this is the only time that it works.
But this worldview did something very important for a kid like him. Boy who couldn't speak in class now sounds very, very certain, giving advice to ascend. The Ascension. Boy, oh boy. What the hell is the Ascension? Sounds a little biblical. The end of times? Yes, for your old self. Bestie, time to bury the old you and ascend. Ascension in Clavicular's words means never being finished. What do you mean?
It means there's no finish line.
There's gonna be something else to fix every time you fix something. By the time the word ascension starts appearing in his posts, his body's no longer a body, doesn't function as one. The man became infertile.
I am infertile.
Imagine loving yourself so much, loving your body so much, wanting to make a magnificent version of yourself. You wind up
infertile.
Wow, you must have insanely good genes that you can now not pass down to your, okay.
If we had a kid, he'd be like a fucking good-looking kid, you know what I mean?
Bro, you are infertile. He publicly talks about it, not in remorse or regret. No.
Does that not scare you that, like, what if you want to have a kid in like 10 years?
I'll be fine.
No, like, infertility was just a casualty of a greater good. Of
ascension.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Watch me have a bunch of food stuck in my teeth right now. Talking about looksmaxxers. I got my teeth full of food. They can hold something against me now. His body is a project, a goal that keeps slipping out of reach. Testosterone wasn't the end, it was the beginning. You know, once you cross the line of yourself at 14, there's really no such thing as too far anymore. He starts stacking.
I'm taking testosterone every single day. I take minoxidil for my hair. I take dutasteride for my hair. I take 7.5 milligrams of Accutane a day. I use crystal meth as a stimulant, and
I've been on peptides for over a year now.
Meds to counteract meds, pills to fix the side effects of the pills that fixed the last problem. You got stimulants to force dopamine, nootropics to smooth out those stimulants, neuroprotectants to undo that neurotoxicity, sleep agents because he can't sleep, knock himself out, the hormones to replace the ones that his body stopped producing since he started administering hormones, peptides to undo that hormonal damage, appetite suppressants to stay lean. And guess what?
I really like BPC 157 for how cardioprotective it is.
Cardioprotectants to protect his heart from those.
Retta, so that's the one that's gonna block your appetite.
This isn't a routine. This is a final boss fight against biology. This man is at war with his body. This man is at war with his body, I swear to God. It's horrific. And to think he's a role model. What are we? What world are we living in? Go touch grass for sake. It's just fucking, it's insane, man. You know, at one point, he's trying to explain his erectile dysfunction to his fans, right? Sorry, to his followers, to his apprentices. Not as a warning. Guys, watch out. You might know.
There's a slight technical issue.
Because permanent damage is equivalent to, like, forgot my wallet at home. Gotta circle back. Some small issue. You have to counter estrogen, you know, he uses a pump. But this kind of what this optimization that he seeks so dearly and desperately does. It breaks something, and then it sells you the solution that breaks something else. And it's never enough, because the problem isn't the body, it's comparison.
It's mogging. Mogging to oblivion.
The idea that it's not enough to look good. You have to look better than everyone else.
So that's like the goal in life, right? It's just, I don't really give a shit about getting girls.
I just want to mog.
It's not just looks that mog you. My guy talks about bathrooms like they're battlegrounds, about streams of urine. He said he was mogged by the intensity of another man's powerful stream, gushing urine out of his manhood. He felt manhandled, Listen, if that makes you insecure, there's a serious problem you gotta address. This guy felt insecure because his pee trickled and another's gushed. This fixation is hierarchical. There's always someone taller, someone wider, someone more genetically blessed. And every time he encounters that, there's an unease, a tension that leads to an escalation.
Jaw surgery.
What? What do you mean?
Double jaw surgery.
Not because his jaw is weak or it needs any kind of fixing, because it could
Make me look a little bit Chad, make me look a little better.
like the guy that mogged him in that one clip.
Listen to me. Listen to me. If you think I would ever do some shit like that, dude, that is not a good thing.
I'm not doing shit.
I thought you were taller, bro.
Looksmaxxing.
I do math to, basically suppress my appetite.
That's like intelligence maxing with a lobotomy. It's like selling your organs because you want to afford skincare. That's what you're doing. He said he wants to beer max at one point. What does that even mean? Alcoholism? What does that entail? He talks about staying awake for days, needing benzos or Xanax just to talk to people, being unable to function without chemical assistance. Then height, he's already tall but not tall enough, so he starts to seriously consider leg lengthening surgery.
Why are you spending $100,000 on surgery to go from 6'2" to 6'6"?
That is more about just presence, right?
You walk into a room, people notice.
When your bones are broken and slowly pulled apart so the body grows new bone in between. Fragile new bone. Months of pain, risks of permanent damage, 6 figures in cost, all for a few inches, which he does not need. Man's already he's 6 foot. Not to live better, to ascend.
I want to ascend.
To win.
Obviously, adding another 4 inches to your height places you within the top 99th percentile.
One surgery goes wrong, bro, you are gonna ascend. You'll be gone. He has an obsession with rating people. He does it on TikTok, on Discord, on Twitch, on Kick, you name it.
I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
5.75 out of 10.
3 out of 10, maybe 2.5.
You gotta get your numbers up.
He has a course. Of course he has a course.
He can be your mentor, so you too can become infertile and suffer ED.
For the small price of $49 a month. Sounds like a good deal for him. Clavicular.org. I tried to sign up. There's these survey questions you gotta fill out to claim your spot because it's very exclusive stuff. So he goes, have you ever taken your looks seriously? Or is this something new to you? I said, it's new to me. Next. What do you think your biggest obstacle is when it comes to improving your looks?
I said I'm shy. I'm a little shy. That's, affects my presence.
Where do you want to be 3 to 6 months from now? It's a job interview. Where do you see yourself 3-6 months from now with your looks, confidence, dating life? And what would improving those actually change for you? I said,
Mog.
Where do you want to be 3 to 6?
Mog. I want to mog everybody.
Next question, he pats his own back. He goes,
Clavicular's helped thousands, but this is the first time he's teaching his entire system. Why do you believe you should be one of those people he works with directly?
He's kind of glazing himself here, so I thought I'd have to glaze him too. I said,
he mogs.
And here's the crazy question. In a perfect world where this was a perfect fit,
let's assume that we swooped down to your level and accepted you, and we know without a doubt we could 100% achieve your goals. Would you be in a position to invest onto your ascension?
You get 3 options. Yes, as in you have about $5,000 you can throw away. B, yes, I have a good credit score, so I'm gonna take a loan for this. Oh, Jesus. Ascending, the only thing ascending is your debt. And then the last option is basically forget about it.
I'm broke.
But not all his advice is behind a paywall. Sometimes it is free, sometimes to sabotage. He gives advice to make sure somebody with potential can never mock him.
I would say that probably your coloring would be the biggest flaw. You've got a very deathly pale look going on.
Hey man, it's cutthroat out here, okay?
Let's see.
Whoa!
Mogger.
I just wanted to ask, do you have any tips for me?
I don't think we're gonna do looksmaxx as part of the segment. Anyway, no looksmaxx.
Still, he insists this is logic, discipline, rationality. I can't expect him to see it any other way. Like any radical fanatic, he's gone too far, because to admit otherwise would be to admit that going this far
on this ascension
never led anywhere. What are you infertile for? Ascension, in the end, isn't about becoming something new, because there's no roof here. You keep ascending like a helium balloon, never allowed to stop. And the internet, watching this in real time, does not interrupt, does not step in the way his parents didn't. His mom caught him twice or something.
My mom
allowed me to have the steroids to begin with. So she like took them away for a day and I was like,
I was panicking so hard today because my mom cleaned my room and found like, oh!
dude.
I'm an adult now, and if I want to do roids, I'll do roids.
And then she just gave them back.
What kind of household is that? My mom catches me doing something like this, I'm off to Dagestan, y'all. 2 years. No, the internet doesn't interrupt. It applauds. By the time Clavicular gains an audience, nothing about his worldview is new. It's the same it's always been. Only difference now is that there's more people listening, and more importantly, people asking. And he's someone that sounds so certain in a world that feels so humiliating. He doesn't tell them to just love themselves or be confident. Bullshit.
Posture's mostly cope anyways. Showering is a big cope. Water is such a cope, bro.
Or just wait patiently for your life to improve. No, he doesn't say that. He gives instructions. What to take, what to inject, what to avoid, what to become.
Cialis is a phenomenal tool. The thing that I always tell people at HGH is it's a really good place to start. The next thing on the list is going to be for nootropics. So you have to pin your HGH once a day before bed.
Speaks like an engineer. You're his Frankenstein.
You want to bone smash your lateral zygomatic arch?
Watch him speak. He speaks like he's clinical, detached, authoritative.
The main one is going to be the injection frequency. Having to inject test prop daily keeps your hormones a lot more stable. With this stability, you're not going to be as prone to acne, aromatization.
That tone, that certainty was intoxicating to his audience, who just needed something to hold on to, especially when they were, when they're young and insecure. Especially when the person speaking looks like proof that the system works. After that thing that happened with the kid that was asking him and he gave his advice.
I'm 14, bro.
You're 14?
Didn't say talk to an adult or anything. No, he said,
you look a little older than that, but that's good. The first thing you want to do is inhibit your estrogen. The name of the game is inhibiting the conversion from test to estrogen. Estrogen causes the growth plates to fuse. You want to be a tall guy. You want to have wider clavicles when you're older. So definitely get on this. Do this in conjunction with HGH as well. It's going to make your growth process a lot better.
Do this, do that. And his shield was that
it's the internet. Everybody lies about their age on the internet. Could be anybody.
He's right,
said his fans. People laugh when he rates women's faces.
I'm not that into you, really.
You're not that into me?
Yeah, so you have like a recessed maxilla, so I can't.
What does that mean?
Like your upper jaw? It's just a little recessed.
He rates Sydney Sweeney.
I would say Sydney Sweeney is very attractive.
I would say that she's pretty malformed. Her upper maxilla is extremely recessed. She's got the eyes of doom with no infraorbital support. She's really not that much of a looker in her face.
There's got to be some kind of neurodivergence here. But these fans, they share edits. They call him real, saying what others don't. Like what? Like
her upper maxilla is extremely recessed.
Y'all chronically online, I swear to God. This isn't charisma. Okay, this isn't intellect. It's not leadership, and it's definitely not being authentic the way he claimed he was.
Why you have such an attractive personality to so many people out there?
I would say because of
my authenticity.
He's so real. He's so authentic.
There's nothing more authentic than the genetically modified. This is not any of those things. This is pretty privilege. The fan base around Clavicular exists for one reason. They believe in this hierarchy.
That hot people are better, smarter, more correct, more deserving.
To see which one of the boys in the comm has the most riz for Scarlet, and she's gonna let you guys know who's got it, essentially. Dude, why is this making my fan base look so bad? This is not my fan base. Are you fucking serious right now? Why is my comm so weird? None of you guys have game.
So when someone attractive speaks, they're not evaluating what's been said, they're evaluating who said it. The face checks out, brain turns off. The halo effect is where attractive people are perceived. You're predisposed to believe that they are more intelligent, more competent, more trustworthy, more moral. Even if they are objectively none of those things. That's when you got the mugshots of hot people and people just freaking like,
there's no way he did something that bad. This one's going to jail? What?
So it's the same with his fan base, He could say the most deranged things about other people, about women.
I'm trying to get up inside you, honey.
Just deranged things.
All women are retarded. Women above the ages of 22
are utterly useless.
He can talk to people in a very dehumanizing way.
Let me take you for a spin. Quick little pump. Let's go right now.
His riz is not working. Don't listen.
I'm offering you.
And you still get Clavicular updates pages all over X. There's people that identify through him. They live vicariously through him. When he humiliates someone,
Mid-face is way too long. She's got the jowls coming in, horrible nasolabial folds, horrible total facial width to height ratio.
they feel powerful. When he dismisses someone, they feel elevated.
How about you?
20.
Expired.
He talks down.
That's so fucking useless. Girl self-defense, are we kidding?
They feel taller, puff their chests out. The wildest case of parasociality, okay? They are hard-fighting warriors for this guy. They have this intimate parasocial relationship with this internet figure. You know, and even people that criticize it from the looksmaxxing community, they be saying that, yeah, they be saying the dumbest shit. Like, listen to this. Uncle Doomer says, the tragedy of Clavicular is that his entire persona is a fraud. Okay, I'm listening. And maybe he means to say that his confidence is performative. Maybe he's insecure deep down. Is that where we're going with this? No. He isn't a looksmaxxer. He's a facemaxxer with subhuman. Okay, sit down. Get out. With subhuman narrow shoulders and inward tilted valgus knees.
Look at those valgus knees.
It is physically impossible for him to overcome his inferior genetics without whole body reconstructive surgery. Thank you very much for sharing with the class today, Doomer. And this came as a response to one of his fans glazing over him so hard. He was like,
Clavicular is truly the modern day Patrick Bateman.
but these guys, they don't just like his content, they defend it aggressively. They fight till death. No, like they're very passionate, these guys, about Clavicular, really.
No way. This is intense. I mean, we have two of the best moggers in the game going head to head here. Genetically gifted Marlin, a Greek god among men, against Clavicular, who just came up from grit and experimentation.
Yeah, it's a very true statement. Marlin is the top mogger and has been for such a long time, but I don't think he was properly...
There are fan accounts, plural, dedicated to reposting his updates, keeping up with his appearance, explaining what he really meant when he said that.
People don't understand that streaming is harder than probably working a construction job.
Like he's some kind of misunderstood pop star or a political prisoner. The tone is always the same. He says something vile.
How easy it would be to work a regular restaurant normie job.
That's why any retard could do it.
They go,
You're mad about that. You're just mad he's hot.
He says something racist.
Marlin mogs all of you? Yeah, but he's black.
They say,
It's just biology.
he's cruel to women.
So you're 20, you're old as f***.
They say,
He's just honest.
notice the pattern? He can never do wrong. He can never do wrong. It's just misunderstood honesty from the superior being that we're blessed to be around, you guys. We've seen our fair share of the mentally unwell on this channel, and I think this is pretty up there. This content, I feel like at one point became, you know, let's just, I don't know, say anything that gets attention. Like, listen to this.
Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well,
Probably not, and here's why.
good-looking people experience something called the halo effect, so it's quite possible that if Charlie were to be better looking, someone wouldn't have hated him enough to assassinate him.
Sorry, do you genuinely believe that somebody could unironically speak this way? So there's this one post on the forum that actually got him expelled from his university. There was this one. My totally legit plan to farm normies in college. This guy's Dexter. He wants to open a pseudo med spa in his dorm to inject Botox into Foyd's foreheads for a quick buck. Basically, he wants to convince what he thinks are sub-5s to do threads that he wants to administer, completely unlicensed, that will ascend them only 0.001 PSL.
Stupid normie.
Bro, that's kind of criminal. And then it's the whole thing about women, the way he talks to them, the way he approaches them on live, because he thinks like, this is where his playing field, sorry, I spat on you, that's disgusting, that's subhuman. No, but this is his playing field. Going live and walking outside, approaching women. This is where you see looksmaxxing applied practically on the field. So, you know, he's got these clips where this one woman is walking, and he meets her at the corner.
It's okay. You're cute. Oh. We're doing a live stream, but I think you're cute. What's your name?
He talks a little bit, and he's like, and she's, you know, she's fallen for him. He's a handsome dude.
I like the glitter. Are you a lesbian or something?
I mean, I go both ways.
What's better, guys or girls?
Depends on the person.
Nah, that's fucking retarded.
And what I find absolutely weird is how once, you know, they exchange their information, she turns around and walks back the way she came. Whoa, honey, you were going somewhere, right? Weren't you? Was this like scripted or what? What's going on? This other time he met like
What is your name?
It's Clav.
I love when a guy is just like so unapologetically himself.
he appreciates women that appreciate his beauty.
You guys down for a 2-man?
See that? Those are the ladies. This he loves. He does not like a girl that resists.
Take a quick break from the stream, go get you that dress, and then come back.
I mean, maybe we could like start with dinner somewhere first.
I was thinking we could start in the back of my car up there.
So you're not a gentleman?
I don't really like a woman who tries to be super educated either and try to like have these, you know, intelligent conversations.
You know, he loves bros, period. There was this one girl who was asking him if he can help her looksmaxx because she'd just broken off with her ex-boyfriend and she wants to glow up after the relationship.
Why would I help you with that? If anything, I'm gonna find out who your boyfriend was and make sure he mogged you to death. This isn't a feminist channel.
Are you f***ing fiends?
I'm not looking to help out any chick get over her boyfriend. Are you out of your mind?
I didn't understand that logic. I mean, she was his fan. Men are worth optimizing in his world, not women. He says dating apps is the biggest jester max ever. You know, where you're just a clown entertaining conversation for no reason.
I just want to get in your pants.
Literally can't talk to women for more than a minute. LOL, I guess I accidentally clicked like on this chick, but damn, why the hell does a subhuman think she is looks matched with me?
Where do women get the nerve?
Bro, you are posting on looksmaxx.org with a name with Norwood. You gotta be kidding. He openly talks about using women, manipulating them, extracting what he wants. Not love, not partnership, utility. You know, he's not getting intimate with a girl because it's what he wants to do. It's for the points. You know, it's for his aura points, for showing that he could, I guess. He flattens women into categories. Expired, low value, genetically inferior. Whoa, if you listen, man, hates women, but then he has to, you know, prove that he can get women. He has women, girlfriends, the hookups that he goes out, like tries to show you he can pick up anybody.
I'll see you later.
You know, yeah, he can do that. As if proximity alone to women absolves his cruelty, his stupidity. He has a girlfriend. That acts as, to him, as if misogyny becomes valid, you know? Because one woman tolerated him. He has a girlfriend, who I, frankly, don't understand, but whatever. Love is blind. You know, I don't want to sit here and say, you know, be that valiant knight in shining armor. No, I'm not gonna do that because I think you don't need to defend. Like, you don't need to say this is dumb. I think we're grown adult. We're all mature enough, grown adults, to just sit here and be like, this is ridiculous. He goes viral for a live stream he did where he was experimenting on Frankenstein, his girlfriend, his lab project, because he decided to inject some.
This is a fat dissolver.
Cosmetic peptides to reduce fat on camera. Not a doctor, no license. She's 17. No hesitation. Bam!
Chat, we're looksmaxxing her.
Dr. Clav?
And we gonna sit here and pretend this man is not deranged? Audience cheering it on. Y'all not deranged. All of you! Dagestan, 2 years. What is it, edgy? Content? This is what content is now? Y'all pathetic. Talks about people, gives them diagnosis. You know, like he's a technician. He knows his shit.
Recessed upper maxilla.
It's a symbol of his authority. You know, he can dissect you right now, diagnose you with all these different things that you need to fix. Buzzwords. Anatomical buzzwords. This one post where he thought that was really funny.
Bro, here, wait, look. Bro, on God, she looks like Snaggy Hose. I'm gonna have.
Or here.
If you are a girl, you are living in quite literally the best decade of all time throughout all of history to be able to be
an obnoxious brat hoe doing nothing.
Be able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing God only knows what.
So funny. I feel like, bro, that's literally you though. He's a very privileged guy. Like, this guy needs to be humbled. He needs to travel a little bit, you know, see the world. Maybe that'll put him in his place.
It's better, me or him, bro, because I'm in a debate. I got money up. I'm in a debate. Who looks better, me or him? Be honest. No lying.
Are you guys
retarded or?
Yeah. Can you just answer the question for sake? I mean, God forbid you have to answer one simple fucking question.
Yeah.
You dumb hood rat bitch.
If somebody takes too long to answer who's better looking when he's part of that comparison, He gets mad, man. There's this post on the forum where he posts these 3 pictures talking about he's applying this method on his Instagram feed. If you didn't know me, you'd assume someone took a candid picture of me, leisurely painting in my free. This man is a psychopath. The reality of the picture is that it's on camera on a tripod taking pics of me frauding art that isn't mine, and no girl online will.
Fake it until you make it, boys.
Imagine your friend group right now. Somebody sending these pictures saying,
"You guys, look what I did. It looks like it's candid, but it's not."
He drops racial slurs in public spaces, in restaurants, in the sidewalk.
You gave it.
You can see he's uncomfortable saying it. He does it performatively.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Still tripping.
He admits why he does it. You know, he says,
because it gets me views, why would I not? The barrier to entry is up here. That's why the views are so good if you say the N-word on the internet.
An unpatched method. Untapped into. Honestly, bro, look, I don't want to say it's pathetic, but it is so pathetic. Pathetic just feels nice to say here. It's not like, how dare you? No, it's just pathetic. Oh my God, look at this. His surgery update and plans. This is January 30 of like last year. I posted my CAT scan a few days ago after driving 2 hours to the hospital to get it. This cost $1,750, by the way, and I'm not gonna pay the hospital bill, obviously. Not paying medical bills in my state has 0 consequence to your credit score or anything. I've never paid a hospital bill and owe about $50,000 already for overcharged bullshit. By the way, this was not a medical emergency. He just wanted to see what his head looked like because he wants to
Head max.
His plan is to get,
Trimax.
With a leftward 2 cut to downgraft my entire face will collect short TFWHR and be like this. Obviously, the morph includes other modifications because he wants to do jaw angle implants, zygo implants, full orbital rim implants. He wants to get a tripod osteotomy to get better hunter eyes. He has $38,000 saved up that he's going to use to
hardmax.
He talks about getting a college loan to use on your cosmetic surgeries. Get a student loan that's not for school. Get it for your looks, for looksmaxxing. His sister's a mouth breather, apparently, and he has a plan to stop her from descending the PSL scale. He wants her to marry a rich Saudi prince or some shit like that so he can benefit and exploit money from her. What a wonderful guy. Then we got the Tesla, when he ran somebody over. So basically there was a stalker, lunatic. Thank God, there's a lot of lunatics on the internet nowadays. But this lunatic was stalking him everywhere.
I got the biggest clip tonight. Clavicular report me $2.2 million. I already signed my Kodak Black.
Was making content out of it. He was a popular figure, apparently. He has a lot of followers. His content was essentially stalk this dude. At one point, Stalker climbs up on Clav's Tesla hood without thinking, without hesitation. Clavicular's driving. The girl in the car goes, "Oh my God, what did you do? What did you do? Did you off him?"
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
It's so cold. What a man. What a man. What a warrior. He goes, "I hope so," on the live stream. That's when some of his fans were like, "Oh, yikes, that's not great." I say some of his fans because a lot of them defended him. They went the extra mile. They said,
"Bro, you should have gone with the Tesla."
He got people glazing. Man, these people are just glazing for this guy. I don't understand it because I guarantee if he was not that pretty, I guarantee he would be gone. No, we got these people glazing. At one point, he doesn't know what he thinks about what happened anymore. You know, he goes up and says,
just really unfortunate what went down. It's not what you want, so just pray for everyone.
But the glazing was so extreme. Bro, backstep. Bro took a few steps back and went,
"Wait, never mind my apology. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes."
Just when you thought he was realizing, he was like, "Oh my God, accountability? Is that accountability approaching me?" His fans were like, "Oh, never mind." So why does this behavior keep bouncing off of him? Someone else saying the same thing gets destroyed. He gets clipped. Pretty privilege changes how behavior is interpreted. It turns red flags into quirks. It turns warning signs into aesthetics. It delays consequences. Clavicular didn't rise because his ideas were correct. He rose because they were packaged in a body the looksmaxxing community already wanted to reward. This isn't about Clavicular even. This is about A system that lets someone build an entire worldview out of fear and content. The man's literally damaged goods. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be mean. Damaged goods the way he loves to describe others. I mean,
her mid-face is way too long. Obviously, she's got the jowls coming in, horrible nasolabial folds.
Biologically speaking.
Not a single good thing about her face.
Thanks to his own doing. By the time, the real world tries to push back, it's too late. This man lives in a little echo chamber where his audience chants.
If you look right, you can say anything.
If you loved this guy and wished him well, you'd give him the hard reality check nobody's given him for the last 6 years. But this guy's not a role model. This guy is just living proof that applause can ruin a person faster than criticism ever could. That's tragic. I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know down in the comments below. This guy is unwell, but just because somebody's unwell, does that mean that we have to just take their shit? That's also a question to ask, Are we obligated to sit here and go like,
oh, it's okay. It's because he's unwell.
Are we supposed to be giving grace because he's unwell? Because he wasn't guided in his youth? I don't know. Regardless of what you think about this bit, we can all agree that him having such a powerful influence on young guys is a disaster. Oh my God. And it's the fact that these people think like y'all are misreading social marginalization as social superiority. Y'all need to get out. This is my advice to everybody. Get out, go outside. I swear, that's just all you gotta do is go outside. Go touch grass, go on a walk, go talk to somebody. At the convenience store at the corner, literally go sit there and talk to somebody. And you'll realize like that's all it could take to jump off this chronically online ship and back to reality. You know what I mean? If your looksmaxxing is all about eating healthy, working out, staying hydrated, I'm a looksmaxxer. If that's what that is, then sure, there's nothing wrong with that. But then you got these people, you be taking it too far. Y'all sounding like radicals. You know what I mean? With a whole maxilia zygomas. What the f? Citing studies that have nothing to do with what you're, please, that is just insane. Borderline insane. Go outside. But not now. Now it's freezing. Now it's cold. I get it why we're all chronically online at this point. But that's pretty much it, guys. What are your thoughts? Share your opinions down in the comments below about this whole situation. It's a pretty long video. I felt like there was a lot to cover and I wanted to make sure I got it, like most of it. There's gonna be a lot of opinions here and nobody's wrong. They're all valid. So do share them in the comments. I'm excited to see all these perspectives we might be getting for this topic today. To prove that this isn't a green screen, this is a ritual now. Every single video I have to get out of my way to prove, because y'all don't believe. Crazy fact that y'all don't believe. This is a motorcycle that I will now be riding. I'm gonna head out now. I'm gonna go over to the fireplace where it's nice and cozy and I can stay warm.